Hey yo, it's Guido coming at you with a tactics talk. I've got Nonamanadus here, 100.01, loaded in a 357 on the Paris map. Opposite him is a Pershing. He's got a fantastic setup here. Should set up for a good game. When he sent me this, and I first started looking at it, I figured I was going to watch a pretty fantastic game out of Nonamanadus, and he does a pretty nice job. But in his private message to me, he says, how would you prepare yourself for a last stand to get the most out of the hit pool? I'm assuming hit point pool before you die. He said, I found myself in a situation where I was surrounded and had tanks literally falling on me. It was Paris, and as in a super heavy, I went to where it was meant to fight, but my backup melted. Well, when I first watched this, I thought, okay, well, we're going to watch Nonamanadus get in there. His team's really going to do completely zero, and he's going to get swarmed and die. And let's see what we can learn from that, and maybe we can help him prepare for the swarm for the last stand. And I'm going to let this develop a little bit, and then I'm going to talk about what I believe the actual issue is. So here we come, moving up. Now he said where it's meant to fight, and I would say in general that's true. Heavies tend to go down to the south down there. You would have to have a really good reason not to, especially in this setup. For the most part, he should be able to bully the living snot out of these guys. Now I would have certainly taken that shot, fixed it, and kept trucking. So there's a missed opportunity on a shot. He takes a plink from a T-28 HTC. So it looks like he's got the T-29, the T-28 HTC. There's an HT number 6. There's a Pershing and a Tiger P nearby. That is pretty much the entirety of the strength of their team. And he's going to come in here. Looks like he's looking for a side scrape. Although that HTC is pretty well hidden back there, and that's not going to be much of a easy shot. So maybe he's going to go after this T-29. So there's some shooting going on up above him. His team is actually backing him up, but they're starting to fight those guys and lose some hit points along the way. So we're going to come around, maybe get after this T-29. So we're kind of, our tier 8's being stuffed by a two tier 7s. Okay, so maybe go get that T-29. So now we're gonna break open. We're the super heavy. We can push in. We can push it. We can put. No, we're side scraping. We're loaded. Got guys shooting. We're side scraping. Well, there goes the Jag Panther. And okay, so there we go. We got a shot in. There we are. There we are. Very good. Very good. And the T-28 shoots, and we're backing up. Oh, and we got somebody behind us. All right. So you can see that his team is starting to lose. Now, he said he went to the right spot, and I would agree with him. And now he's going to ask the question, why was I surrounded? My team started to lose. Well, his team did start to lose, but he's only fired a couple times. And he missed the opportunity to fire, and I believe he missed an opportunity to get in there and bully the living snot out of that T-29. He should have at least fired twice more by now, more than likely. So he was being overly cautious in a game where he should have dominated this corner. He needed to get rid of the T-28 and the T-29 as soon as possible. Then when this HT number 6 showed up, he wouldn't have been surrounded by guys, potentially had kept a couple of his buddies alive. So one of the things you do need to watch then when you see a game and you're like, well, my team evaporated and I got swarmed, is what were you doing before that? What were you doing before that? What was your tank as far as in its place in the game? What should you have been doing? How many shots should you have taken? And I would contend that at this point, one of the reasons he's getting surrounded and swarmed is that he failed to take some shots that he should have taken. More than likely, that T-29 would have been dead by now. The HTC may have even had another shot on him, and he might have another friend alive up there helping the Tiger P with the other Tiger P. And now he is certainly getting surrounded. Probably a missed opportunity there. As you approach the T-28, I would have already been aiming at him. When you're running a super heavy like this and you start to commit on somebody and you're relying on your armor to do its job, you've got to commit on somebody. So that T-28 is your priority. That guy has to go. He's the problem right now. And you're doing a nice job now. There you go. Now you've got him. And here comes the bomber. He dies. All right, excellent. Killed himself. That helps. And now the Pershing is on us. Let's talk about this tactical situation here. Right now, I would have cut left and put the back end of my tank right up into that so that he couldn't get around. There you go. You do that. Outstanding. Unfortunately, he is just really getting into the side of your tank, shooting you as you go, and he's going to get around the side again, and he ends up killing you with the side shot right there. So nice job. 3,249. His team ends up losing this battle, as I recall. When I look at the stats at the end, we'll take a look at it, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And, of course, he's not around to help them win the thing. They've got a Pershing, a Tiger P, and a couple other larger tanks that are going to end up beating his tanks. But I would say that, more than likely, had he been more aggressive, got in there and taken out those two guys he faced earlier, he probably would have been able to take down the Pershing. He might still have a friend or two alive at this point, and it probably would have turned out another way. So the answer to the question of what do I do if I'm getting surrounded is, what did you do before you got surrounded? What did you do before you got surrounded? Sometimes, you know, if you had gone down there at the very beginning, taken those shots I said, and they still surrounded him, then you've just got to fight your best 1v1, 1v2, 1v3. But you also have to be honest and look at what you did before and say, you know what, I probably left 2 or 3 shots on the table I could have taken in there. I could have been a little more aggressive based on the situation I was faced with right there, and maybe, just maybe, with another hit or 2 or 3 on the enemy, I wouldn't have been killed right about here. Otherwise, man, nice job overall just fighting that thing. Once you did get surrounded, doing the best you could. The Pershing really was just getting into your side and tearing you up right there. I did like the HT number 6 bombing off the top. He took a chunk of hit points off with him when he did that, although he did die. I hope you guys learned a little something on this one. I thought it was an interesting one. If you did, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and as always, we will see you.